Hello, Gene Schwimmer here. Welcome to today's vlog. Short one today because I have to leave early to run off to an appointment. This is pretty self-explanatory anyways. It just shows, it's the latest illustration and a very dramatic one of how far off the rails traditional liberalism has gone. I wonder if it even exists anymore. All the things that liberals fought for with conservatives, by the way. I'm talking about race today, and maybe some people don't know this, but the Civil Rights Act of 1964, it got a higher portion or a higher percentage of Republican votes in Congress at the time than of Democratic votes. The precise number of Democrats voting was higher than the number of Republicans because there were so many more Democrats in those days. I'm happy to say that the position is reversing, and while we have in the Senate, we have more Republicans than Democrats, and I'm hoping that will be the case after November in the House. But also, I hope that the gap is widening, because right now there's only a slight majority for Republicans. I would hope that it would get even wider, the way it was when I was a youngster at the time of the Civil Rights Act, actually, of 1964. There were so many Democrats that the Senate was filibuster-proof. I hope that will happen for the Republicans someday. It's never happened in my lifetime. I hope it will. But today's subject, this shows how bankrupt and how hypocritical, it's just terrible what's happened with a lot of liberals on race. I'm talking about, I guess, young black college students. That's what I'm talking about here. So here is the headline: Black student, quote, segregation now, unquote. The other day, the University of Virginia opened its Multicultural Student Center. Its goals, according to the center's website: we aim to facilitate a student-centered, collaborative space that supports underrepresented and marginalized communities while cultivating the holistic empowerment of all students. Our programs aim to build understanding through dialogue, equip students to become citizen leaders, enhance personal development. Here's some holistic empowerment and understanding building through dialogue for you, shot within the center. Watch.
Public service announcement. Excuse me. If y'all didn't know, this is the MSC, and frankly, there's just too many white people in here, and this is a space for people of color. So just be really cognizant of the space that you're taking up, because it does make some of us POCs uncomfortable when we see too many white people in here. It's only been open for 4 days, and frankly, there's the whole university for a lot of y'all to be at, and there's very few spaces for us. So keep that in mind. Thank you.
To me, what you just saw is, it's just terribly shocking. It's black college students calling for segregation, calling for the same thing that Lester Maddox called for and George Wallace. All you need is a black student standing in the doorway of this student center with an axe handle. Then it would be perfect. But also, getting back to one more quote in this article, because this is especially true. As we all know, if a white student stood and ordered non-white students to vacate a space because their non-whiteness made it uncomfortable for white people, the entire campus would have had a grand mal seizure, and if it were Yale, the students and allied faculty would have shaken down the university for $50 million, as happened in 2015 over the Halloween costume debacle. But this will pass without notice because racism is a virtue when it is expressed or deployed against white people. Dr. Martin Luther King's universalist ethic is so 20th century. Yeah, Dr. King, call your office. I'm just going to leave it there. I am just sad to see what is happening well, I'm just glad that I'm not a college student in those days. I graduated in 1973. And by the way, I saw this trend already beginning at that time, way back in 1973. Perhaps I'll do a vlog on that someday. But it's only gotten worse since then. Again, it's sad. I'll just leave it at that. And thumbs up if you like this video. Share it with anybody you think would also like the video. Got any comments? You can put them in the comment section below the video. You can also put in that same section any questions you might have, suggestions for future topics. You can also subscribe. I would love some more subscribers, so subscribe, subscribe, subscribe. And finally, come back and see me again. I look forward to seeing all of you again. And until I do see all of you again, bye.